Hello, good day, beautiful people. I am the Inspirational Lady Noble 365 Tarot. Welcome to my channel. I greatly appreciate you being here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I trust you'll love this vibe, and everything you need to know about me is in the description below. This week, past, present, or future, you or someone around you. So take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. This is a general read. This is not a personal read. If you like a personal read, check out the description below, and I'll be happy to assist you with doing so. Remember that tarot is a tool. It is not the final rule. So it is a good idea to keep an empty cup when you are on Lady Noble's channel and you really want to see what's up, okay? Collective, we have here a witch knows walking away from conflict is often a greater display of magical power. A witch knows walking away from conflict is often a greater display of magical power. So your power is in walking away. Now, many feel, I ain't no punk, I ain't no simp, I ain't no wimp. Those are people who are, energetically somewhere else, they're on a whole nother level, they're, in the ego, somewhere in the lower region, and so they don't have an understanding, interception. They don't have an understanding. There has not been an interception in their understanding. Thank you, Spirit. There has not been an interception in their understanding that walking away from conflict is very powerful. It allows you to maintain your frequency, your vibration, your peace, and it leaves the person who is creating conflict with you, it leaves them with their own energy. So at the end of the situation, you win and you come out on top. You have not allowed them to project onto you. Remaining silent and walking away when you recognize you are in the presence of someone who is very conflictual. They're just full of conflict. They want to argue. They want to fight. They want to tussle. They want some kind of friction. And often, collective, we're pretty smart human beings. We're aware when we are around people that has this kind of tendency, who loves to be in conflict. There are some people, they just love toxicity. And that's all they know. When it comes to peace, when it comes to, having a spiritual connection, even the word manifestation, those things may be foreign to them for whatever reason. But it is a very wise and smart thing to walk away from conflict. There is no need to get into a yelling and screaming match, having a ping pong conversation, because it leads to nowhere. And, that's where an energy swap can take place. And you also often give your power away. And so, this is even in the Bible, the verse about turning the other cheek. But let me tell you, walking away from conflict is the best thing that one could ever do for themselves, especially if you are someone, male or female, like I said, who cares and love yourself. You feel you have a lot to lose. You have a life to live. You have purpose, and you care about yourself. You have purpose. You're not looking to get into any altercation. You're not looking to deliberately put yourself in a situation that you could regret. Now, that can mean many things, what I just said. Someone getting hurt, someone getting incarcerated, someone end up catching a felony, have to pay restitution. Then you probably, would have problems with people judging you when it comes to employment. It leads to a whole lot of things, taking a loss from being incarcerated, losing your job. All kind of things can occur that's, that very much is connected to any person that has bad communication skills. If you have that friend or that relative, we all know of someone. If they're not in our lives, we know of someone or we've met someone who's just very confrontational. They love to turn up. They love to be on 10. This could be a relative, that loudmouth cousin. I said I ain't want onions on it. What's wrong with you, itch? I'll come behind there. Ready to threaten somebody because they put onions on a sandwich, or I'll throw this order at you. The kind that you take out in public and you be like, I ain't going nowhere with them no more. This is my family, but I ain't going nowhere with them no more. But it's best to walk away from that energy. And so with this card here, I'm picking up that somebody could be dealing with someone either in your neighborhood, maybe in a community of some sort, on your job as well, who could be trying to create some kind of conflict with you, collective, who could be trying to provoke you, male or female. This could be a person or this could be a group of people. But either way, they may feel that because you have chosen to not indulge in their triggering, in their tactics to trigger you, Spirit is saying, they may feel that you must be afraid, or they could be saying, oh, they know better. Oh, they know what's up. But Spirit is saying, no, you're just wise. You are the wise one. You are the smart one. And what it is that you and this person or you and these group of people are on two different frequencies, two different levels of understanding and understanding. And understanding is having a connection with source, the divine, and being in alignment and knowing what is right for you and what isn't for you, knowing what is a liability and what would be an asset. So for you, in a situation where someone is trying to provoke you, that would be a liability. So the asset would be for you to walk away. That's where the winning is, and that's where you gain. You keep your frequency, you maintain your peace, and you move on. And so Spirit is saying the whole idea of this message is for someone to get into the habit of removing themselves when they find that there is conflict, whether this is a family, a group of friends, this could be a neighbor, this could be someone at work, maybe someone on your job, maybe trying to rah-rah with you. There's no need to have a confrontation on the job. There's no need to allow this person to provoke you. Simply do not engage. And Spirit is saying it's that simple and that easy. The moment that you give in and feel that you want to get into a screaming or yelling match with this person, or you're going to allow this person to trigger you, because what it is, they have a goal. Their goal is to get you upset. They want to get you mad. They want you to get to screaming and yelling, and hopefully it'll lead to a confrontation and whatever else comes behind that. But you don't want to put yourself in a situation that you can't turn back from. And that can mean many things. Wherever your mind just went, yeah, that too. You don't want to unalive nobody. You don't want to catch no case that have you sitting down and lose everything just because you were unable to ignore the performance of the clown. Okay? Because the clown will perform. If you have a stage, and the stage would be you feeding into their nonsense. You have to really tune out and ignore people. And it's not about being whack or simp or wimp or it's about self-preservation and living your best life, okay? So someone may be thinking that, but you are the winner. You are the one who comes out on top each and every time you choose to remove yourself, from people, places, and things that does not resonate with your spirit, with your aura. Every time you consistently do that, you receive a level of fulfillment, okay? And it keeps you in this stance of confidence. This person, look how they're sitting there. Yeah, they all mine. That's mine. That's mine. That's mine. Oh, yeah, I got that. Yep, 5 years ago when I walked away from so-and-so. Yeah, I got that last week from ignoring so-and-so. Yep, all that is mine. Okay. And the nine of cups is abundance and security. Okay. So each time you choose to make the right move in your life, never mind what people are thinking. Let them have their thoughts, but your silence is your peace. And it can also be your protection, your silent weapon. Spirit wants you to use it as such. There's no need to be indecisive on whether or not you should respond. Okay. Maintain your balance. In order to do that, you have to control that frequency and not allow people to energy swap with you. Folks are worldwide. People are dealing, collective, with all kind of situations, not just the price of chicken, not just gas prices, not just the price of rent. People are dealing with things that are deeply rooted, that has nothing to do with you, that has nothing to do with me. And there are people, we are all energetic bubbles, just shifting and moving past each other each and every day worldwide. There are people looking for someone to latch on to, looking for someone to flick their energy onto, like the big green mucus booger in the back of your nose, the big green one, the one you get out the baby nose that be all the way in the back, all dried up, after you give them so much medicine, and then, the mucus then dried up, but it's that one little booger in the back you got to get out. Then you get it out with the tissue. It's big and it's green and it's Yeah, I'm very descriptive. People are running around with them big green mucusy toxic boogers, and they're trying to flick them on somebody. They're trying to flick them. They're trying to flick their energy onto somebody, collective. They're looking for somebody to put their pain on, to put their anger on, their hostility on, the things that didn't work for them on. You know, the people that made fun of them when they were a kid. They used to call me big head. Let me find somebody else to pick on. You know, I felt left out. Let me make somebody else feel left out. You know, they gossip about me. Let me go gossip about somebody. You know, I feel insecure. Let me make somebody else feel insecure. That kind of thing. So and so slept with my man. Let me go sleep with her man. That kind of thing. You know? People are constantly looking for someone. There is a portion, there, not everybody, but there is a large portion constantly looking for someone to latch on to, because energy is never destroyed. It simply travels from one person, place, and thing or another. So that energy is constantly on the move. So this is one of the ways to be mindful of just removing yourself. You cannot have effective communication with someone who loves to be toxic. You cannot have an effective communication with someone who is always negative, you know, who wants to be confrontational. It's not your job to change them. And you can forget saying, oh, I just want to talk. No, 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 no. That's a setup. Don't ever fall for that. You cannot talk to these kind of people. You have to leave them where they at and let them do their own thing and make their change on their own. Okay? Keep yourself shining bright. Keep yourself shining bright. Keep yourself abundant. Stay focused on you. You stay here. And whomever this is that feels that you're punking out or you being weak because they're trying to get your attention, this could be someone, like I said, this could be someone in your community, at work, okay, at church, in a group you're attached to. Anyone, someone, it could be a family member trying to trigger you, trying to get your attention, and they are angry and disturbed because you are focused on yourself. So leave these people where they are. It does not make you weak. It does not mean you're less than. Like I just said, balance. With the star and the 9 of cups, that is balance. That is balance. So in order to maintain that, you're not going to get into any confrontations. If there is conflict, not just physical, but verbal communication that is not landing anywhere, every word is falling on deaf ears. In that moment, don't wait for them to stop talking. You be the one to stop talking and walk away. You cannot make any situation better. Whoever you are disagreeing with, they're not going to hear you. They're never going to hear you, even if it makes sense. So it's best to let go, let it flow, realize this is someone who cannot, communicate effectively. They're not into adulting. And cool, stay out of the way and stay away from that person. Okay? There are people who want to inflict, this is so true. They are so disturbed. People are carrying hurt, pain that has nothing to do with you. People are angry. You got people running around jealous and envious of people for no reason. You can't get mad at somebody because they look good. They look good. They look good. Take your looks and look good. I don't care who you are. Love you. You look good. You know, people are getting mad at anything. And the sight of peace and contentment will make a person mad. Being not overly independent, being independent will make a person mad. You know, if you're resilient and you know how to maintain on your own, that disturbs a person. That really disturbs a person who feel that they must have someone in their life, or it's the end of the world, I don't have nobody. You know, that really disturbs them because they see you doing your thing, you coming, you going, you doing your thing, you living your life, you making moves, and they like, wow. So you mean tell me that single people have a happy life too? I thought you had to be married or you be miserable. You mean to tell me I didn't know that single people, oh, Oh, I was brainwashed into thinking this. I've been projecting all my life, and they have that aha moment. They have that moment like, dang, I did a reading similar to this last week about a person who feel like they've been brainwashed because the things they've been taught and told, they feel like they've been lied to and they were breaking free. Yeah, because you want the wheel to keep turning for you in your favor. So it's important to consistently walk away from conflict, especially with strangers. I'm picking up on someone arguing with people in the store. Whew, it just ain't worth it. Baby, they ain't got your size. They ain't got your size. Go somewhere else. Don't be mad. I know the feeling. You asking for a particular size and they say no, and you say to yourself, yes, they do. They just don't want to go back there and get it. I know the feeling. I know the feeling because in you like, I want them shoes and they got it. It's back there. They just don't want to get it. Look, I'm telling you, when you shopping and you find something you like or you want, oh boy, you be like, "Ooh, I gotta have that." Your mind be set on it. I gotta have that. I gotta have that. Soon as they say they don't got it, boy, you be like, "You know this mother nothing's lying to me." Look, just go to another store, collective. I know the feeling. I know. I know. Them shoes would have went good with that jacket, but look, go to another store. That's for somebody. I know the feeling though, because you really feel like they got what I'm asking for. It's in the back and they don't want to get it. Yeah, especially if you worked in retail before and you know how, I'm like, yeah, they just don't want to go up there and get my size. They don't want to climb on that ladder. It's at the top. They don't want to get it. Oh, so people with the Six of Wands, who have this conflict and they want to dump their energy off on you, it's because they're watching. And if they're not watching you being this energy of being celebrated and honored and being happy, as I just said, people envy contentment. You'd probably be watching like, well, I got a little something, but look, don't say you got a little something. You have spirit in you. You got a lot of something. Your peace and your contentment. People become jealous of that. Folks want to know why you so peaceful. How you find peace and I don't have peace. That's how they look at it. Who is you to be all peaceful unto yourself? You think you all that? You ain't all that. Watch me start some ish with you. I'm about to ruffle your feathers. Real talk. Real talk. It sounds weird, but no, it's the truth because I say the things on this channel that people think and don't want to say. I say them because it's part of the message. It's part of the message. The downloads be real. It's part of the message. And it needs to be said because, it's a lot of stuff that folks be dealing with that needs to be talked about. And folks looking for clarity out here. And then people also want to know, am I the only one experiencing this? Like I just said, I know how it is shopping and you ask for a particular size or a color or something. It's not on the floor. But and as soon as you ask the salesperson, hey, you got this in the size? Or you got some more of those red? And they like, no, all we got was on the floor. Immediately you say to yourself, they are lying. They just don't want to go get it. You say it to yourself, not to them out loud. Because I do. Don't lie. You done said it too. I'm like, they lying. They got it. That would look good with my jacket. Oh, that look good with my and you had a whole outfit just in your head. You have it. Well, back to the reading anyway. Spirit wants you to be strong. Continue to be strong, be brave. Stand in your power no matter what curveball that life tries to throw you. No matter what kind of energy that someone tries to bring you as well. Spirit wants you to stand in your power. Okay? Don't forget who you are. Walk away from the conflict. So therefore, you're able to stay in alignment and maintain your balance. Later.